Hey guys, James here. Not sure if you can hear me, so we'll see how this goes. If not, might just be a bit of a time lapse, maybe with some music or something. So yeah, a few people put a post up on the Facebook page for the Mighty Trolla, asking if people want to see some more behind the scenes, and I've been wanting to do it, but just haven't really had the confidence. Yeah, the weather might play a bit of a part in how much you can hear. So yeah, tonight I'm just going to try and. So I've had the motor for a while now, but I've had to wait for parts and stuff through all the lockdowns and stuff, which has been kind of frustrating. But I finally got it. Trying to work out some stuff. But yeah, it's time to really seal the sump up and get the motor back in. I just want to get it back in and started, so I know it's done. Heaps of other jobs I want to do with the car, but I'll try and show it on video as much as I can, if I can remember to film stuff. So yeah, we'll get into it. Alright, so here's the motor. Nah, just joking, just a plastic bag. It's all good. So here she is, the heart of Trolla, and she owes me a fair bit of money, I'm not going to lie, but it's been a lot of effort. Mick's helped me out a fair bit. We've been sorting out a few issues. Obviously, a couple of videos ago you would have seen that the car, unfortunately, went at Haunted Hills on the crest. I was at full noise and it oil surged. So basically spun up main bearing, which was pretty devastating, especially when I waited. It took us a while to build that motor, and then that was my first event, and it broke. So it was pretty devastating. So finally got this motor back together. A few slight changes to the motor. Nothing major, just trying to improve upon some stuff, and just try and see if some new stuff works for it. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. It should be fine now. We're just going to try a few different things to last time. That should help it stop from doing what it did, and prevent it from doing ever again. And we'll just have to keep an eye on it and do all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so the sump's here. Yeah, Mick's previously done some baffling to it. So he's already done some work to fix some of the issues that it had. So yeah, we're just gonna. Where's the tools? Gotta find the tools. So yeah, we're just in my garage. This is my first house, so yeah, it's pretty exciting to have my own space to work on Trolla in. Yeah, it's beyond exciting. Like, it's 8:30 at night now, and I can work on my car. Lighting's not good, whatever. It's for my first time actually having my own space to be able to work on cars. I can't complain. So yeah, we'll just cut to it, and I'll just get this sump off. Alright guys, so sump's off, as you can see here. I've got some ultra black that we're just going to use it, and I'm just going to try and dab some around the corners here, just to try and seal it up, because the rubber seals usually seal pretty good on these, but I'm just going to add just a bit around these areas, just because they can leak from there, which is a pain in the butt. Yeah, so it's all ready to go, so we'll get into it. Yeah, we'll seal this back up, because otherwise I'll never be able to use it again. It would be nice to be able to use it again. See how we go. No, I might like, probably not. That's right. clean our hands a bit. Alright. Let's see if we can get this on without making too much of a mess of it. Alright. Just take my time because I want this to seal nicely and properly, not go everywhere on me. And it also is handy that I've got the engine upside down on the standee, so it sort of doesn't want to, the seal will stay where I want it to stay, sort of. Makes it a bit nicer. Now I'm sorry if there's not enough lighting and all that sort of stuff, guys, but yeah, just sort of doing what I can with what I've got. Put a little bit in these corners. Not too much. Just a little bit. Just a seal that back up again. Yeah, I'm ready to put the sump on. It's all clean. It's all ready to go on. Careful because these holes don't always line up the best. So, put some nuts on first, sort of hold it in place, and then as I come around like each spot, I'll just slowly try and take the seal out, and then that way put the bolt through, and then it's all good. So we'll see how that goes. Now we can start putting some bolts in, making sure it goes, like, yeah, don't pinch the seal, like, all that sort of stuff. So we just take our time, use what I can, what I can. Normally I'd probably play some music, but you know, copyright and YouTube and all that stuff makes it not nice. I'll just double check, yeah, put one right there, that's good. Where's that? Oh, jeez. Now I can see a bit better, hopefully you guys can too. That'd be nice for you guys. Now look, you know, I haven't gone full crazy and zinc plated my bolts, you know, like some other guys do. And, all that crazy, but make do with what you got, I guess. Let's be honest, most people aren't going to be looking at the sump on the race car. They're going to be looking at the outside, so they're not going to be worried about what if I'm using zinc plated or anodized parts and all that sort of nonsense that some people are getting into at the moment. Alright, I think we've got everything. I think I might missing a nut. Oh, that's alright, we'll make that work. That's alright, we'll make it work. Alrighty, so I'm going to try and do a cross pattern, try and do it evenly, try and do it semi-tight, let the silicone set a bit, and then that's it. Sump's on. Woohoo! So yeah, now I'll just let that sit for a bit, and I'll come back a bit later once the silicone's gone off a bit, just to see if they need nipping up again. But pretty much that's done. So sump's on, means I'm sealed up, ready to go, which means we're another step closer to getting the motor back in here, which I'm keen on. It's a bit dirty in here, but I want to get the motor in and just get it going, just so I know it's done. Yeah, I just want to get the motor going, get that out of the way, and then we can start going through some other jobs. I took the front end off because I wanted to clean in behind the guards, because I haven't done that for a while. In here, a fair bit of dirt gets in here, even though you gurney it and stuff, you can still get caught up in these holes. You can seal them. It's like everything, there's pluses and minuses. I want to change the horns, so then do that. Maybe repaint the front, add support. I'll have to basically put the wheels back on. So yeah, it's getting there. I'm looking forward to getting back out there. My plan was to get this going, but yeah, due to a lot of things that were out of my hands, out of Mick's hands when Mick had the motor and stuff, it was very difficult to try and do some work on this, because I moved in with now my fiance, so that made it difficult, because I literally didn't have anywhere to have like work on the car, and then I ran out of room where the car was stored, so it made it real tricky. And then me and fiance decided to move to Warrnambool, so that's been a huge sort of life thing that's changed for me personally. So then that put a hold on the car again. And then we bought our first house now in Koroit, so which I was pushing hard to get. I wanted a house, so that way I had my own space. I can do this stuff. Sheds down I've got a plan to put a shed in, but that's down the road. I'm not worried about that yet. I've got this space for now. Get this going, and then work towards some of the other projects I got lined up for future. But yeah, I want to get this going, get back out there, do some events, because I miss Trolla, I miss racing, and it means a lot to me. So yeah, sump's on, which I'm stoked about. It's just, it's been a long time coming. So now once that's set up, I should hopefully be able to borrow an engine crane, and then plan is I'm going to try and put motor in this weekend, and then that way I can start buttoning up some stuff. I haven't got my extractors because they cracked. I found a crack in them, so I sent them back up to Adrian Stratford at Motion Performance Exhaust. So a huge shout out to them guys. They originally built the set of extractors that are on it. And here he said, "Nah, send them up. We'll get them repaired for you." So he's repaired them for me, and so I'm stoked about that. So I've got to get them. So yeah, while I'm waiting for a chance to go up and see Stratty, I've got some other jobs I can button up. I can basically get most of it back together. So yeah, I'm stoked. So yeah, all right. I'll probably end it here, guys, for tonight, because I'll just finish this. I'll just go and have some dinner, and then come back out, double check them. But yeah, it's all good to go, and we'll hopefully see you on the weekend. See you guys. Hey guys, James here again. So last video, or if it's the same video, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. We got the sump sealed up. So I've just put a bit of time lapse together that I'm going to do just after this, of me basically getting the wheels and tyres back on the car, off the jack stands, back on the ground, ready for the motor to go in. And I've got the motor, she's ready to go in. So yeah, I thought that I needed to put a spigot bearing in, but it's actually already got one in, so that's quite handy. Feels good, so it's all good. And I've double checked. It's probably hard to see because I haven't got good lighting in the shed at the moment, but down here I've made sure this has got some sort of lubrication on it, so it doesn't sort of get stuck, because this engine can be tight to get on the gearbox, and especially the spigot bearing sometimes I've had is pretty tight on the input shaft there. So I just put a bit of lube on it just to try and guide it in a bit nicer and a bit easier. It seems to help, so we'll see how that goes. Now I find it very easier to leave the engine mounts off this motor to get it in, and then at least once I get the motor in, then I attach it, like once I sort of get it sort of on the gearbox, then I'll put the engine mounts on and then sort of lower it down into place. I find that just works a bit easier, so you can still wiggle it around, get it on the right angle, because obviously these are slanted, these motors in the engine bays, and that seems to help. That works for me, has worked for a bit. So yeah, I'm just going to see how we go there. Hopefully we should have the motor in real soon, and then we can just, once the engine mounts are done up, then I can start putting all gearbox mounts back, like gearbox bolts, bell housing bolts, all that sort of stuff, get back in, and then we can start buttoning up a few things and working towards the end goal of starting this mighty beast soon, which I'm really excited for. So yeah, we'll cut to it. Turns out you need a clutch. I forgot that. Whoops. Luckily I realised now before I was too far into it. So I'll just secure it. Now, this is an exceeded clutch that I have been running in Trolla for the whole time, in both Trollas. It was in the original Mark 1 Trolla, which, yeah, it's been in the car for a long time, and it's survived me very, very well. I think thanks to Norman Darden at Bendigo Special Spring Clutch, I think they bonded and riveted it at one stage in its life, but this thing has been going for many years, and I've beat on it a fair bit, especially with all the motor carners and all the rallies and stuff I've done. It still works fine. Now, I don't have a fancy clutch aligning tool, so we just do it the old school way and buy fuel. I can feel that's not wrong. I think that's about where we want to be. Let's give it a try. Yep, that'll talk the spec. So now we'll try that again. We're in. Motor's in. Yeah, sick. I'm stoked. Now I'm gonna. So this washer I usually run down in here just to give it more surface on here. So I'm just gonna. I should have another one of those at work, and I'll try and make it the same, so then that way both sides have one, because I don't think I only put on one side last time. So I fixed that up. I've got 4 bolts. The 4 big 70mm head bolts holding the motor and gearbox together. There's the side, I've got these side brackets which go down that support the motor like here and go bolt down here. So I've got both of them to put on still. I'll just quickly put the alternator back on just to remember how that went. Yeah, so we'll start. I'm beyond stoked. One step closer. So now I'll probably put it back up, move the car forward again, put it up on the jack stands, and then that way I can crawl underneath a lot easier to do some of the bracket, some of the bolts and stuff up underneath. Make it easier on me because it'll give me more room. I can do it on the ground, and I have done before, but while I've got the space here, I'll definitely just lift it up, and then that way it makes it easier. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that.